Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collegeville. And yeah, so glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to see it, yes, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number one. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple. Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chiefin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And very good evening, everyone. Welcome to Alton High School here in the lovely town of Alton, Illinois. I am Todd Duke. Glad that you are with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. Little Thursday night girls volleyball action for you as your Collinsville Kahawks take on the Alton Lady Redbirds. And again, my name is Todd Duke. Welcome into the pregame show brought to you by Cafe Agape in Collinsville, home of the Kahok chicken sandwich, that is. Cafe Agape been doing their thing since 2012. That thing is offering catering and some of the best homemade food in the area. If you have an event that you need to be having catered, small, medium, large, doesn't matter, give Cafe Agape a call at 345-CAFE. That is 618-345-2233. The Kahawks come into this contest with an overall record of 4-23, still looking for their first conference win of the year, as the Lady Kahawks are 0-8 in conference play under their second-year head coach Katie Cease, who has now a 13-49 record in her 1+ years. Alton, they are 11-13 overall and 2-7 in the conference, and they are under their head coach Dan Carter, who is in his 18th year as the head coach here at Alton. That was interrupted by a few years after he coached for a long time and stepped aside and then came back, and now he's in his third year after the brief hiatus, and he has 235 wins and 251 losses in his career as the Lady Redbirds volleyball head coach. Lady Kahawks are 2-3 over their last 5 matches, coming off of a 2-set loss to Belleville West on Tuesday night, 25-18 and 25-20. That loss came on the heels of Collinsville's 4th win of the season. Last week's 25-21 and 25-16 win over Granite City. Lady Redbirds are coming off of back-to-back Southwestern Conference matches with mixed results. They picked up their 2nd conference win against East St. Louis 1 week ago. Took Alton 3 sets to do that. East St. Louis took the first set 25-23, and then Alton stormed back with a 25-11 win in set number 2, and then they battled for a 25-23 win in that tiebreaker. After that match, Alton had to visit Edwardsville, where the Lady Redbirds lost 25-17 and 25-10. Had a chance just a little while ago to catch up with Collinsville head coach Katie Cease here on senior night at Alton Senior High School. We'll pass along that conversation to you next as the Cafe Agape show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Ogle with Ogle Auctions, and we hope you are enjoying tonight's game. And go Kahawks! Hey, check us out. Every Sunday night, we have an online auction at www.ogleauctions.com. Everything from grandma's china to grandma's motorcycle helmet. It's all here at Ogle Auctions every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Check us out, and we will see you soon.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. We are in Alton tonight. Lady Kahawk volleyball action, Southwestern Conference style. And joining us now is Katie Cease, the head coach of your Lady Kahawk volleyball team. All right, so you picked up a couple of wins in your last handful of matches. Let's go back to the win over Granite City and tell me about that one.
Oh, man. That was a game that we all came together and everybody really stepped up and did their job. The girls had a lot of energy and excitement, which is one of the things that we look for every night when we step out. So that came together, and it was a good win for us. So
I know you guys have gone through injuries and sickness and stuff like that, and I know you don't have Sophia anymore. But the overall health, I'm hoping it's getting better at this point.
Yeah, we're back to our full roster. Besides Sophia, she's out for the season now. But we are back to our full roster now, so we should be good, hopefully, knock on wood, moving forward. So, and we got Alexis back. She was out with a little knee injury at the beginning of the season, so she's back now. And, so that's good. Mm-hmm.
Always good. All right, the home loss on senior night, Tuesday versus Belleville West, 25-18, 25-20. Looks like you were right there in both sets, and the last time you guys played each other, you were right there as well.
Yeah, last time it was a 2-point difference in both sets, and this time it was a little bit different, but we still, showed up and played. They're a really solid team. Belleville West has always been very good at the serve and pass game, and that's really where we struggled a little bit, was in our serve receive. They can really serve the ball, and that had a big impact on the game. We just couldn't get the ball where we wanted it to go, but yeah, we're looking better every night.
All right, let's talk about some individual leaders in the statistical categories. In the serving department, sophomore Aubrey Johnson, only 6 errors on the year, and also leads the team in aces. And by virtue of that, on the other side, receiving serve, she also leads the team in dig. So you got yourself a pretty good sophomore there.
Yeah, she started varsity for us last year as well as a freshman. She's always been a solid server and passer. She also serve receives the ball very well. So she plays outside in 6 rotations, so she's able to serve receive in every situation, which is great for us. And yeah, she can play defense, that's for sure. So and her serving game is also very helpful for us. So.
Jenna Scheller, your team leader in kills. I'm sure there's no surprise there.
No surprise. She's got a big, heavy hand, so that's nice to have. And this year we switched her to the right side. She's played middle for the other 3 years she's been here. So switching her to the right side has given her a little bit more options and getting her the ball more frequently. It's a little bit easier to do that on the right side than it is for the middle. So.
All right, blocks. You got another sophomore leading that category in Talisha Gilmore.
Yeah, we struggle with blocking a little bit, but yeah, Talisha, she's really stepped up and is able to. She's a big, tall girl, so she's able to get out there. When she does close the block, she's been our leader in that front. So yeah.
All right. Last time I talked, between this time and last time, the playoff schedule came out, and what do you know? Just like last year, your last game's against Belleville East, and then your first playoff game is against Belleville East. So, are we using these next 3 games to get yourself better to the point where you can beat Belleville East?
Yeah, of course. Every opportunity we take to better us for the next opponent. And yes, I have already been looking ahead towards that postseason game, and it's not only against East, it's at East, and he'll definitely have a big crowd there ready to support them. So hopefully we can just show up and play our game. And last time we played them, it was pretty close. So hopefully we can pull out a win then. I'd prefer that postseason win over that win on that Thursday night, but I'll take both.
Well, they say it's hard to beat the same team 3 times in one season. So there's your feather in your cap.
Yeah, I would love that.
All right, you have Alton here tonight. The last time you played the Redbirds, 8 aces against you from their serving side. Is that like a positioning thing, out of the right place, wrong time, something like that?
That Alton game that we played them at home was a weird night for us. Really, our box score says a lot more, I feel like, than our actual record has shown this year. But that game against Alton was one that I was a little frustrated after. We didn't show up to play, and hopefully tonight and we can take a win from them in their court on their senior night. So.
That would be nice. All right, you had some struggles early on, middle part of the season, where your team was only scoring like 10, 11, maybe 12 points. Recently, you're 18, 19, 20 into the 20-point plateau. So it seems to me that things are getting better.
Yeah. Every night, we've start from the beginning. Our focus is on getting better, working as a team, and playing for each other, communicating the whole time. So hopefully we can do that tonight as well.
All right, what do you want to see out of your girls tonight?
Like I say every time, I want them. My expectation and a win in our book is if we communicate effectively, we go for every ball. We don't let things just drop in between us and look confused, like, oh, was that my ball? Yep, it was. And to play for each other. Our motto is for the 6, not the 1. So hopefully we can do that tonight. So.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Katie Stees, your Collinsville Lady Kahok volleyball head coach. We'll take a break here on the Cafe Agape pregame show. When we come back, we'll set the starters for you, and we'll look at some more stats. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter
of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
And once again, we welcome you back to Alton High School. Just about set here for this match between Collinsville and Alton. Lickety split and quick. Had some technical difficulties getting on. I had to reset the whole computer when I noticed that the picture started glitching up on me. So that took some time, and I knew I had a little bit more time because it is senior night, but they only have 3 seniors here, so it didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take. So anyway, we are ready to go, and here are your starters for Alton. I did not have time to write down positions. I got names and numbers. Alyssa Wisniewski, one of the seniors that are being recognized here tonight, along with Reese Plant and Peyton Olney. Those are the 3 seniors, and they'll be on the floor here as we get going, along with Tayan Orr, Grace Carter, Berlin Clayton, and Karen Lewis. For Collinsville on the floor, your setter is Addie Johnson. Your libero is Reese Kendall. She's the one out there in the white jersey, mixed along all the purple jerseys out there. Megan Summer and Aubrey Johnson are your outside hitters. Your middle blockers are Carson Mode and Talisha Gilmore, and your right side hitter is Jenna Scheller. The JV Lady Kahawks, they are victorious here tonight. They won in 2 sets by the same exact score in both sets, 25-21. So congratulations to the JV Lady Kahawks. Still waiting to find out what happened over in the freshman gym, and as soon as we get that information, we will, of course, pass that along to you. We are ready to go. Addie Johnson is out of your view, and now she is not. Collinsville serves first. Alton has to retaliate. They do so, and we are underway. Here is Kendall over onto the far side. A little backhand shot there, but running into the net on the far side was Megan Summer, so the first point of the night belongs to the Alton Lady Redbirds. There it is. That one. That one is out of bounds, so back-to-back points here by Alton. These teams did meet earlier in the year in Collinsville. That was on the 15th of September as Alton serves up the first one, and that's the first ace of this game. That belongs to Alyssa Wisniewski, and it's quickly 3-0 in favor of Alton. Another serve coming up from the Redbird senior. This one's back into the back line, pushed up by Kendall, moved over by Johnson. Now to Scheller off of a partial block up front. And then a setup coming up here for Alton. They get it across. Kendall hits it, and it goes the wrong way. Back beyond the line. Aubrey Johnson trying to dive for it there, but she was unable to get to it. And quickly, it is 4-0. During that game against Alton on the 15th, Alton won in straight sets, 25-21 and 26-24. As Alton sends that one into the back, and then they send it over into the back line for Collinsville. Aubrey Johnson to Addie Johnson to Gilmore. That's a nice kill shot there. And there's another one. And now we have a double hit. And that will give a point to Collinsville, their first point of this night, and it's 4-1. In that first game, Aubrey Johnson led the way with 10 kills. Jenna Scheller and Zoe Hall had 6 kills. For Alton, Reese Plant paced the Lady Redbirds with 8 kills. And from the service line, Lady Kahawk Addie Johnson registered the only ace of the match for Collinsville as the Kahawks pick up another point here. And as you might have heard me say something in the pregame interview with Coach Cease, Alton had 8 aces in that contest, and 4 of those came off the serve of Berlin Clayton, which I'm sure we will see here momentarily. 4-2 in favor of Alton, and now Collinsville comes storming back, and it's 4-3. Back on the service line for Collinsville will be the junior, Megan Summer. Megan sends the ball across, picked up in the middle, and then moved over here to this near side for Reese Plant, Collinsville retaliates as Aubrey Johnson gets it over. Another setup over here, and Plant gets it over. Partial block that goes out of bounds, and it's 5-3 in favor of Alton. I know my girls pretty much now by looking at them, so it's always tough when you see a team for the first time this year and every single one of these girls has ponytails. I can't see numbers. There's a kill shot over here on this side by Reese Plant. And it's 6-3 now in favor of Alton. Here is Tayan Orr back to serve now for the Redbirds. Starts off on this near side, goes to the back line. Reese Kindle pops it up, and now over to Aubrey Johnson from her older sister Addie, and that one's too far. And it is 7-3 in favor of Alton. Tayan Orr, 125 serves on the year and 9 errors, 92.8% of her serves are successful. Here's a setup backwards to Gilmore, goes all the way to the back line where it's picked up by Orr, and then a save. Nicely done there on the save try by Grace Carter, but she came running a long way, and that one ended up going off of her hand and under the net. So 7-4. Collinsville trails by 3, and into the game comes Alyssa Huckleberry, the sophomore. Plays libero on the JV team. One of the defensive specialists on the varsity team. Comes in to serve a lot. And she gets one over, and it's picked up by Plant. Moved back over to the far side and picked up into the back. Nicely done by Megan Summer. Here's Addie Johnson getting it over. Into the back, picked up by Orr, and now moved over. And a little touch over. Collinsville handles it. Here's Huckleberry over to Johnson, who gets a one-hander up there and saved by Karen Lewis for Alton. I thought that one was going to hit the ground. Now Alton's Lewis sends it over here for Plant. Plant with a kill shot, but it's out of bounds. Down the line, but just a little bit wide. 7-5, 2-point lead for the Lady Redbirds as young Miss Huckleberry will go back to serve up another. Alyssa sends it into the net. And when you're trying to get some momentum heading in the opposite direction and then that happens, those are tough pills to swallow. Here is Plant back to serve. Reese, 159 serves, 27 errors, so she does have a tendency to go a little short sometimes or a little long, but Collinsville can't handle that serve, and it's 9-5 in favor of Alton. Into the back line, and up front it goes. Addie Johnson sets it up behind her for Scheller. Off of a partial block, saved in the back, and then moved over for Plant. Plant sends it over, and it's popped up. Huckleberry will hit it next, and Aubrey Johnson gets it over onto the back line, and down it goes. And Collinsville gets that point back. 9-6 in favor of Alton. Scheller goes out. Maya Parker comes in. Parker can get back there and get on a roll on the service line. Popped up, picked up, moved over where it came from. They have to get it over, and they do so. Parker over to Johnson, who gives it to Aubrey Johnson off of a partial block and right down the front of the body of Grace Carter. Collinsville gets another point. And the Kahawks only trailing by 2 now, 9-7. Collinsville looking to pick up that first Southwestern Conference victory with only a handful of games left, and that'll help. Now it's a 1-point contest. 2 more conference games after this. Next week, Tuesday, against O'Fallon. We'll have that game for you. It's a home game. And then the final game of the year is at Belleville East, and then so is the first playoff game of the year. Here's Aubrey Johnson sending it across. Saved by Alton. That's a nice save there. Onto the back line it goes. That was a nice poke by Collinsville, and Aubrey Johnson got just enough underneath it that it heads to the back line. But it stayed in, and we are tied at 9. Parker back there on a service roll. Sends it to that same spot. Over here, that is Clayton, and she gets it across. Addie Johnson over to Carson Mode, and off of a partial block, it ends up going out of bounds. And Peyton Olney tried to get to it. Collinsville has their first lead of this game. It's 10-9 in favor of the Lady Kahawks. Timeout called by Alton, so we'll step aside as well, and we're back here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Maya Parker with another serve for Collinsville, and Alton sends it over, and they send it across. Now a setup, a fake setup there by Johnson, and that is pushed out of bounds, and Collinsville picks themselves up another point, and the Kahawks extend their lead to 11-9. Maya Parker been back there serving for quite a while now. Ponce picks that one up. Move back over. Ponce can't get to it, and Collinsville sends it over on the second shot. Nice save in the back over here by Parker. And then Aubrey Johnson, down it goes. And Collinsville extends that lead to now 3 at 12-9. Maya Parker back there getting some service time in. Checking into the game for the first time tonight is Ella Artis. And she can't get there, and neither can the libero, Peyton Olney, as two players run into each other, including the just inserted Ella Artis. And Collinsville picking up point after point here. That's 5 in a row now. And in the back, Ponce picks it up. Now back over here to the side for Clayton, and Clayton hits it into the net. Oh, okay, never mind. 14-9 in favor of the Kahawks after they trailed 4-0 early on. And a nice try there. Back over to Aubrey Johnson, back into the back, and that is just a little bit too far. Thought it might have been off a partial block. I think everybody's saying the same thing, that somebody touched that on the Alton side. And the referee over on the far side said, no, ma'am, that's not the case. So the point belongs to Alton. And it's 14-10. Collinsville with the lead. I believe now Reese Plott is going back to serve. I don't think that was her earlier. Well, I got one girl that has the side-by-side, what do they call those, the pigtails? Draped over her shoulders. I can see her number. Everybody else has got ponytails on, covering up their numbers. That one's too far from Plott. Collinsville gets that point right back. And back to serve now is Aubrey Johnson. 15-10, Collinsville in the lead. Johnson sends it into the back line. Moved up front and onto the far side. You got to get over with just the one hand. And now Addie Johnson sets it up for Carson Moach. He has to do the same thing. And then Alton sets it up over here for Wisniewski. Handled by Collinsville. And there's a nice fake job. Addie Johnson, no look over the shoulder. I got your number. (16-10) in favor of Collinsville. Aubrey Johnson back to serve it up once again. Picked up by Ponce, moved up front, and now a setup coming up here, and Collinsville handles it. Put up by Huckleberry, moved over, and then Megan Summers going to hit that one too far. She had the right idea. There was a little bit of space back there on that open line. 16-11 now. Collinsville with the 5-point lead. Here is Peyton Olney, one of the seniors recognized here tonight. Alyssa Huckleberry saves that one. Megan Summer sends it over to Addie Johnson. Addie gets it across. And now Alton going back to the setup here to Wisniewski. They get it over. And another try here for Megan Summer. She has to do it from out of bounds. And another one coming up here for Alton. And that one's too far, out of bounds, and Collinsville gets the point. Freshman lost in 3 sets. 25-19 was the first set that went to Alton. Collinsville got the middle set, 25-10. And then Alton got the last set, 15-7. Here is the libero, Reese Kindle. She sends one over. Alton handles it, and they go to work. They'll send it over. Kindle will push it up front. Addie Johnson for Talisha Gilmore. She'll pop one up into the air. That'll be handled by Alton. And then over this way for Wisniewski, and she'll send it off of a partial block by Gilmore, but it finds the landing spot. And that point belongs to Alton, but Collinsville has a 5-point lead at 17-12. Here is Berlin Clayton. Clayton sends it across. Ooh, nice dig out of the bottom of that one. Addie Johnson sends it over on the second try. Now back over this way. Wisniewski, and a block up front by Gilmore and by Johnson. And Collinsville gets another one. It's 18-12, and Addie Johnson, the one who got us started with the first serve of the night, back to serve. Johnson sends it into the back line. Moved up front, and a setup coming up here, and a partial block again by Gilmore. And Johnson can't get it over. Bounces off that net. Those are hard to recover from. And the point belongs to Alton. Serve by the Redbirds into the back. It's out of bounds. Just at the last second, Reese Kindle let it go, and it did go out of bounds, 19-13 in favor of Collinsville. I was commenting earlier that I was glad I wasn't doing an outdoor sport today because it's super windy outside. It is cold in this gym. Megan Summer sends it into the back. Ponce takes it, gets it right back, and kills it, but kills it out of bounds. That's the second time she has gone for a near sideline kill here, and the second time it has landed on this side of the black line. 20-13, Collinsville reaches that 20 plateau first. This one's going to go out of bounds. That was a miss hit there by Summer. She knew it as soon as she hit it. 20-14, Collinsville in the lead. Here is Tayan Orr. Orr gets the ball across, picked up by Kindle in the middle. Addie Johnson moves it over for Aubrey Johnson. Into the back it goes, and that one's down. We do not have corner judges here like we do in Collinsville. Or, you know, the only games I've done have been in Collinsville and Belleville West and Edwardsville. Seems like we've had a corner person with the flags in just about every place we've gone to except for here. Here is Alyssa Huckleberry back off the bench to serve. 21-14, Collinsville in the lead. Huckleberry sends one nice and low over onto the sideline and then back toward the middle. Alton gets it over. Huckleberry picks it up in the back, gets it over on that first try, and then it's killed by Karen Lewis as that ball came across on the first hit by Collinsville, and it just took its time coming over the net, and that gave Lewis plenty of time to get up in the air and get that one down. Serve picked up by Aubrey Johnson. Addie Johnson moves it back to her and over to Scheller, and that off of a Reese Plant block or a partial block, and it goes out of bounds, and Collinsville picks up another point. 22-15 as Maya Parker will come back in, and she'll go back to serve once again. Bring these girls off the bench like Parker and Huckleberry, and they can go back to serve. Parker sends it to the back. Plant picks it up, moved back to the middle, sent over, and again picked up by Collinsville. Here's Addie Johnson for Aubrey. Aubrey goes across the way, goes backwards for Alton. Now they have to get it over on this third shot, and they do. And it's picked up by Summer, and then, a nice try. Good thought by Addie Johnson, but she ended up getting way too much of that ball, and it goes sailing out of bounds. 22-16. Collinsville still out front as Reese Plant will serve up another here for Alton. She does so, and that's out. 23-16, Kahawks. Aubrey Johnson now ready to serve for Collinsville. Over here to this near side, then it goes over to the far, picked up by Summer. Now she gets it right back, but that one's going to be too far as well. I think sometimes these girls just get a little excited and they just hit the ball too far. 23-17. Collinsville with the lead. Let's not mess around here, though, ladies. Here is Peyton Olney back to serve. Sends it over. Picked up by Huckleberry. Johnson moves it behind her to Carson Mode, and that one is out of bounds. Barely, but it was out of bounds. Another serve coming up here for Olney. Picked up by Huckleberry. Johnson moves it, and Aubrey gets it over there. Thought that was going to go down for a minute. That one's going out of bounds. And Collinsville 1 point away from picking up this first set victory, 24-18. Reese Kendall, the libero, comes in. She'll go back to serve. Huckleberry and Mode to the bench, and Talisha Gilmore checks back into the game for Collinsville as well. What's going on? What did I miss? Oh, somebody called a timeout. I didn't see anybody call a timeout. I'm like, what did I miss here? All right, so there is a timeout, so we'll take a real quick one. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Back here at Alton High School, Todd Duke with you. Glad you're with us here on a Thursday. A little Kahok volleyball action. JVers won in 2 sets. Freshmen dropped their match in 3 sets. And Collinsville 1 point away from taking this first set on the varsity level. Here's a serve by Reese Kendall. It goes to the back. It's popped up. It stays in the back. Plant sends it up front, and it's pushed over. Collinsville saves it. There is a setup for Megan Summer. Off of a partial block and down. And Collinsville wins this first set by a final score of 25-18. And that is the way that you like to start off a Southwestern Conference match. So varsity does what they need to do, and if they would like to get home early, they can go ahead and do that into the next game as well. And we'll be back to tell you all about set number 2 after a brief timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Back here at Alton High School, Todd Duke with you as we are set for set number 2. Collinsville won the first set 25-18. So the Kahawks looking to close things out here and head on back home, relax a little bit. Collinsville has a game on Monday as well, a non-conference game against Alton Marquette. And then O'Fallon comes to town on Tuesday, and then Thursday will be the final match against Belleville East. All right, we're underway in set number 2. Here is Jenna Scheller. She hit the candy cane over there on the far side. That's out of bounds, so that one is going to belong to Alton. Alton got out to a 4-0 lead in that first one. Collinsville came back after it was about 9-3. Came back and tied it up 9-9. Kahawks took a lead, and they never relinquished that lead. And they're going to have to come from behind at the start of this one, too, because Alton gets the first 2 points here in this second set. Here's another opportunity. Collinsville sends it up front. Here's Johnson over to Aubrey Johnson off of a partial block and down. And Collinsville gets their first point a little earlier in this set than they did in the first one. 2-1 in favor of Alton. As I mentioned, Alton only has 2 Southwestern Conference victories. They just got one last week against East St. Louis, and the other one was against Collinsville earlier in the year. As they set it up for Plant, and Plant kills it into the back line. No one there, and I don't think if anybody was there, they would have got to it anyway. 3-1. So Collinsville lost on senior night on their home floor on Tuesday. They're trying to see if they can do the same thing to Alton here tonight. Back on the service line is Tayan Orr for Alton. Referees are finally ready. Maybe. There they are. Orr sends it across. Picked up into the back by Megan Summer. Addie Johnson moves it to Talisha Gilmore. Back behind the line. Saved by Alton. Over to the far side. Off of a partial block up front again. And another point belongs to the Lady Redbirds. And it's 4-1 in favor of Alton. Orr once again. Back on the service line. The right side hitter, junior Lady Redbird. Sends it across. Kendall moves it up front. Addie Johnson sets it up for Aubrey Johnson, and again, too hard. Well, if we can find a way to get those down on a more downward angle, and we could be in business here. Got the power, just not getting the downward angle. Orr ready for another serve. That one's into the net. So Collinsville gets an easy point there, and it's 5-2 in favor of the Lady Redbirds. And in comes Alyssa Huckleberry to serve it up here for Collinsville. Huckleberry sends one into the middle. Picked up by Plant. Moved back over here to this side and sent over, and Summer unable to get there. Off of that hit by Karen Lewis. So Alton out front 6-2. Into the back line it goes. Summer picks it up. Addie Johnson moves it over for sister Aubrey, and again, too hard. 7-2. This is about the point in the last set that the tide started to turn here for Collinsville. Hopefully they can do it again. Scheller in the back. That was a nice save back there by Olney. Collinsville gets it over, and they get the point. A little net violation there by Alton. 7-3. Redbirds up by 4, and here comes Maya Parker. Had quite the service role in that last set. Parker's ready to serve. It's on the way and right in the middle. Taken care of. Set up over here and sent into the middle. Nice job by Huckleberry to keep that one alive. And then a little bit of a miss hit up front by Karen Lewis. She hit the top of the net and it stayed on her side. She couldn't hit it again, so she just kind of let it fall to the ground, and it's 7-4. 3-point lead for Alton. Parker sends another one over. That was almost an ace. Pushed over. Collinsville takes care of it. Parker to Johnson to Mode. Mode off of a partial block. It stays into the back where it's handled by Wisniewski. Now Plant with it. Picked up by Huckleberry. Addie Johnson over to Aubrey Johnson. Off of a block up front. Stays alive. Alton sets it up over here for Plant. Plant into the back line. Good for point number 8 for Alton. That's the kind of stuff that Plant can do on a regular basis. She just misfired on a couple of them in that first set and sent them just a little bit wide of this near side sideline. Speaking of Plant, Reese to serve. She does so. Huckleberry picks it up. Johnson to Mode. Mode off of a partial block. Alton keeps it alive, and they'll set it up over here for Wisniewski. She sends it over to Aubrey Johnson. Addie Johnson pushes it over on the second shot, and then Alton does the same thing. Now back to Addie Johnson to younger sister Aubrey. Blocked up front. Plant picks it up back in the back. Sent over here to Wisniewski, and that one is a point for Alton as well. That was close to being out of bounds, but it did stay in, but just barely. 9-4 now in favor of Alton. I believe this is exactly where we were in the first set, and Collinsville came back and tied it up at 9. Now we have a timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Todd Duke back with you from Alton High School. We round out our week tomorrow. This is a 5th game in a row that we have had on the road. We get to return home tomorrow, though. It is the final regular season home football game for your Collinsville Cayoks. Pink out game, and they take on Champaign Centennial. Champaign Centennial comes in 7-0, taking on your 6-1 Collinsville Cayoks. That should be a fun game. 6:40 pregame, 7 o'clock is kickoff. Here it's 9-4, set number 2. Collinsville won the first set, and that one's off the net and out of bounds. And Collinsville will get a point. Cayoks won that first set 25-18, and it's 9-5 here in this second set. Alton needs the win to send us to a third and final tie-breaking set. Collinsville would like to get the 2-game sweep and go home. That one's off the net and down. Nice job. Another ace there for Aubrey Johnson. She had 1 against Alton last time these two teams met, so she already matched that. Here's the next. That one's off of Plant, and they are not going to be able to get to it. Collinsville starting that comeback at the same spot they started the last one. 9-7 now. Aubrey Johnson back to serve. Aubrey has the most serves on the year, 157 coming into this one with only 6 errors. That's good for 96%. There's another miss hit. Collinsville gets it again. And the Cayoks have climbed back to within 9-8. Johnson readies herself for another serve. Here it comes. High, into the back. Plant picks it up. Moved up front. Now over here for Wisniewski. She was ready to jump in the air and kill that one, but it wasn't set up properly. Here is Mode. Mode will send it over. Plant picks it up in the back. Another chance for Wisniewski, but she has to settle it down again. Collinsville saves it, and the Cayhawks can't get it over, and they hit it too many times, and that point belongs to Alton. 10-8. Redbirds with a 2-point lead. Here is Peyton Olney back to serve it up. Looks like she stands at about maybe 5'4". Maybe. Into Collinsville's zone off of a partial block, and Alton sets it back up. Wisniewski off of another partial block up front, and then Megan Summer got a hand on it, but it went straight back, and Alton will get that point. 11-8. Peyton Olney, defensive specialist, playing libero tonight. She's one of the 3 seniors, and she sends it over. Collinsville sends it right back, but it's out of bounds. I think that was a miscommunication down there by Summer and Huckleberry. Both of them went for the ball, and somebody got a body part on it, and it wasn't squared up enough, and it ends up going sideways. 12-8 in favor of Alton. Olney sends another one across. This one's picked up by Huckleberry. That one's going to go over the net. It does. Huckleberry gets it right back. Addie Johnson sets it up for Megan Summer. Oh, a simple little touch over. Same thing for Alton to do. And now Johnson again for Summer. This time she goes cross corner, and Plant takes care of it. Into the middle. Pushed over. Johnson. Huckleberry. Back over to Summer. And another save there. Collinsville down. And Carson Mode had the right idea. Well, Alton got there just in time. Here is Summer. She gets it right back from Johnson. Over. And Wisniewski, picks it up, gets it right back. Collinsville had too much open space in the middle of the floor right near the basketball free throw area. And that spot was exploited, and Alton took care of it. 13-8 in favor of the Lady Redbirds. Peyton Olney with another serve. That one's a screamer. Picked up by Summer. She'll get it right back. And that one's going to be too far. 14-8. Olney delivers another serve. That one's out of bounds. Kind of needed that, to tell you the truth. 14-9. 5-point lead belongs to the Lady Redbirds, and back to serve for Collinsville is Reese Kendall, playing the role of libero tonight, the senior is. Sends it across. Picked up by Wisniewski, and she mixed it right into the net. And that's almost as good as an ace. Just didn't hit the floor. Somebody touched it. Kendall. Ready for another. Another screamer right down the middle. Popped straight up. Sent over. And Alton takes care of it. Into the back. Aubrey Johnson to Addie Johnson to Talisha Gilmore. And, oh, what a save there by Plant. That one's going over the net. And you give Wisniewski that much time to camp out in midair, and that's what she'll do to you. 15-10. Collinsville trails by 5. Here is Berlyn Clayton. Berlynn, and she sends it right into the net. I like that name. I also like that spelling. 15-11. Collinsville climbs back to within 4 once again. Jenna Scheller checks back in. Maya Parker to the bench. And Addie Johnson back to serve. Johnson sends it over. Popped straight up into the air. A little bit backwards, but Alton can handle that one. And then it's sent over by Clayton. Here's a setup for Scheller. Partial block. Collinsville keeps it alive, but they're not going to be able to do anything with it. I believe that was kept alive with the foot there of Addie Johnson. And Alton stretches that lead back out to 5. Here is Alyssa Wisniewski. Pushed up front. Collinsville keeps it alive. Here's Jenna Scheller. Plant takes care of it in the middle of the court. Sent over to the far side and pops straight up. Aubrey Johnson, Addie Johnson to Jenna Scheller. And that one's going to go off of a couple of different hands and out of bounds. And Collinsville again gets this thing back to within 4. Megan Summer back to serve. Summer sends one, goes backwards, taken by Olney, and now Plant gets it over. Collinsville trying to set it up here for Scheller. Scheller with a simple little touch sends it over, and now Clayton over to the far side, pushed across, Kendall, and she'll just push it across, will Addie Johnson. And here is Olney into the net. And Collinsville is back to within 3. Another timeout called here by the Alton Lady Redbirds. We will step aside for a brief moment as well, and we're back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Lemp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk Family.
Back at Alton High School, Todd Duke is my name. Glad that you are with us. Thursday night, very windy outside today. Soccer team playing their season finale at home against Granite City. Chris Kettler will post the results on the Facebook page when that one is complete. Over to the far side, Aubrey Johnson pokes it across. Olney from the back line takes care of it. Now over here for a kill shot. Blocked out by Gilmore. Collinsville keeps it alive. And sends it over, and that one is out of bounds. So point belongs to Alton. They go back up by 4. And onto the service line is Tayan Orr. Orr sends it across, picked up by Kendall. Addie Johnson sets it up for Aubrey. Off of a partial block up front, Alton keeps it alive. Over here now for Plant, and into the net it goes. Plant has got a couple of them into the net and a couple of them just out of bounds. And every time she does that, she looks like she's mad at herself. 17-14. Collinsville back to within 3. Here is Alyssa Huckleberry going back to serve for the Lady K-Hawks. See if she can get on a service roll here. Last time it was Maya Parker. How about a little Huckleberry magic? Across it goes. Plant picks it up. Gets it right back. Partial block. And Addie Johnson wants a net violation or something. She's talking to the referee on the ladder. And he is going to at least oblige and listen. Right now it's a point that belongs to Alton. And it's going to stay with Alton. So she got the speaker piece. No good. 18-14. Collinsville pushes it over. Saved in the back by Olney. Moved over into the middle now for Lewis. And Collinsville blocks that one out. Nicely done there. And sent over, and a empty spot over here on this near sideline. And Wisniewski found it, exploited it, and turned it into the 19th point for the Redbirds. Reese Plant back to serve. In the middle. Picked up by Summer. Addie Johnson moves it over, and it's to Scheller, and Scheller sends it across. Nice job by Wisniewski to save that one. That one's blocked out of bounds. Got the block done, but the ball went the wrong way. 20 points now for Alton. Timeout coming up here for Collinsville this time, so we will step aside for just a brief moment as well, and we're back after a timeout here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Back once again at Alton High School, 20-14. Collinsville trailing in the second set. K-Hawks won the first set, 25-18. And that is off of like the forearms. And usually when the ball hits you in the forearms, it's going to have a little bit of a thud to it. That it did, and it went under the net. And Alton keeps it alive. That one's out. Collinsville will get that point right back. All right, ladies, let's get on a roll here. Here comes the person just to do it. Maya Parker will come off the bench to serve. She got about 6 in a row. in that first set win by Collinsville. Kahawks, though, trail by 6, so we're going to need some of that. That one's nice and low, and no one's going to get that one. Had a little spin on it. After it left a body part, nothing but spin. Here is Plant. I thought she was going to get it back. There's a complete miss hit up in midair by Karen Lewis. She went up to get that ball and swung right through it. Swing and a miss. 21-17. Parker sends another one across. Picked up by Plant. Plant will get it right back behind her, and a kill shot that is off of Addie Johnson. And nothing Addie could do there. 22-17 in favor of the Lady Redbirds. And Plant will go back to serve. Grace Carter checks back into the game for Alton. And that one's going to be out of bounds. So Collinsville gets that point right back. 22-18. Kahawks trail by 4. Still have some work to do. Here is Aubrey Johnson. She can stand back there on that service line for a while and pile up some points. Over and down and point. 22-19. Aubrey getting the old hand signals over there from Coach Cease. Sends it across. Another one that's kind of low, picked up by Plant. And then it comes right back to where Plant was standing. Collinsville takes care of this one. Parker to Johnson to Mode. Picked up by Olney in the back for Alton. Now set up over there for Summer. She'll just send a little touch over, trying to catch Alton asleep. And Huckleberry couldn't quite get there. And Alton picks up point number 23. Peyton Olney back to serve now for the Redbirds. Huckleberry. Johnson sets it up behind her for Mode. That's partially blocked up front. And now Alton with a setup here for Newswhiskey. Collinsville setting it up again for Mode. She'll just try to touch it over, and a point. Collinsville never got that one across the net. So Alton 1 point away from tying this thing up at 1 set apiece. Olney sends that one out of bounds. And the Kahawks stay alive. Point number 20 in the books. But once again, Collinsville trails by 4. Reese Kendall. And the Kahawks are going to have to serve up 6 points in a row if they want to win this one. Kendall's first try is into the back, picked up by Plant. And Wisniewski will get it over. Parker for Collinsville. And a nice job there by Addie Johnson trying to find that open spot. Now Gilmore and Olney saves it, Plant saves it. Wisniewski partially blocked up front again by Gilmore. And into the back, up front, Gilmore going for the kill. That's blocked, stays alive, and Johnson gets it over. Nicely done by the Lady Kahawks on that one. Over here to the near side for Wisniewski, and she hits it too far. Collinsville staying alive. 24-21. Another serve by Kendall. Wisniewski. Now back over here onto the near side. That one's out of bounds. Kahawks have climbed back to within 2 points here. And a timeout by Alton. I don't blame them there. We'll step aside for a brief moment as well, and we're back after a timeout here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027 or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. Back at Alton High School, 24-22. Collinsville trails by 2. Reese Kendall ready for another serve. Here it is. Picked up in the back, moved over to the side. That one's going to be tough to get to, and they do get to it. Does Alton. Nicely done there by the Lady Redbirds. Into the back, Plant takes care of it. Wisniewski has to save it, and then Alton gets it over on the third and final try. Set up for Gilmore. Down it goes. What a kill there by Talisha Gilmore. Collinsville gets this thing back to within 1. 24-23. Another serve coming up here for Reese Kendall. That one's almost an ace. They push it over. Parker saves it in the back. Addie Johnson sets it up for Gilmore again. Partially blocked and down. We're tied. From 24-20 to 24-24. Got to win by 2. Here's another serve by Reese Kendall. Picked up by Wisniewski. Moved over here onto this near side. Shoved across. Picked up by Collinsville. Another setup for Gilmore. And Gilmore too hard on the shot. And the point belongs to Alton. So that ends the service streak of Reese Kendall, who was out there for 5 straight points. Alton serves it up. Picked up by Aubrey Johnson. Over to Addie. Back to Aubrey. Into the back it goes. Plant picks it up. Shoved over on a no-look by Alton. And the same thing happened for Collinsville. Here's another opportunity. That one's picked up by Johnson. Kendall sets it up for Summer. Summer couldn't get it across the net. 26-24. Alton wins the second set. We go to a third and final tie-breaking set after we come back from a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection.
Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Once again, welcome back to Alton High School. Got a good one going on here. Collinsville won the first one 25-18. Dropped a second set, 26-24. After trailing for most of that one, they come back and tied it up at 24 before relinquishing those final 2 points for Alton to win it. But Collinsville, this is the first time they've started with the lead in any of the first two sets, so that's kind of nice to see. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Here's a serve by Megan Summer. She'll send it over, picked up by Plant, and they'll move it back over into the middle, blocked by Gilmore. And Alton gets the ball right back. That's the fifth block for Gilmore here tonight. Here is Scheller. She sends it across, and somehow Alton keeps that alive. Kendall over to Addie Johnson, to Talisha, and that one's out of bounds. 1-1. Just like our score in sets, 1-1. Here is Tayan Orr back to pass now for Alton. Orr sends it over where it's picked up by Kendall. Addie Johnson sets it up on the far side for Aubrey. Partial block, and Collinsville couldn't catch up with it. Alton out in front, 2-1. They went to a third and final tie-breaking set over in the freshman gymnasium. Alton won that final set 15-7. This one's due to go 25. Here is Orr, sends it across, and Kendall and Aubrey Johnson each thought the other one was going to go for it, and neither one of them budged. 3-1. Alton in the lead. Orr ready for another serve. Picked up by Collinsville. Now Scheller, nicely done, well placed. Orr, despite the effort, could not get there, and Collinsville gets back to within one here. It's 3-2. Redbirds with the lead. And Alyssa Huckleberry comes off the bench to serve. Huckleberry sends it over. Nice and low and into the net off of the dig by Plant. And Collinsville has tied this one up at 3. Huckleberry readies herself. Here it comes. Popped up by Wisniewski to Orr. Back over this way now for Lewis. She gets it over, and now Addie Johnson sets it up behind her for Scheller, and that's down and in. And Collinsville out front by a score of 4-3. Collinsville never led in that second match. And after they came back and tied it up at 9 in the first match, they never trailed. Somewhere around there anyway. 4-3. Oh, now it's 4-4. Hate to see that happen. Alton ready for another serve. Low. Addie Johnson for Carson Mode. Partially blocked, but staying with it was Olney. Now over here, and another block. That one's by Scheller. And Collinsville picks up the point. This game, or this set right now, back and forth. I know it's early, but so far, back and forth. It is absolutely freezing in this gym. And I'm all the way up here in the rafters. You would think that it's a little warmer up here, and it is. But, man, it's cold in here. Here's Maya Parker. Parker lobs one across. That's too far. Collinsville now out front by 2, 6-4. Another serve coming up here for Parker. Parker lobs another one. That's picked up by Plant. And Plant gets it right back. A little one-hand shove across, and Collinsville does the same. Another setup coming over here for Plant. Now onto this near side. That one is out of bounds. And Collinsville stretches that lead to 3. 7-4. Maya Parker serves another lob shot where it's picked up by Plant. Plant, well, thought she was going to get it back, but she didn't. And now Addie Johnson sets it up for Aubrey, and that's blocked up front, and a point belongs to Alton. 7-5. Plant will go back to serve. Ella Artis goes out. Grace Carter comes back in for the Redbirds. Here is Plant's serve, and that's sent over by Johnson, and that one was almost on the ground, man. Good job by the Redbirds to keep that one alive. That was something. In the back, Summer for Johnson, for Mode. Mode had to switch hands, went on the wrong side of her body, and it's sent across, picked up by Huckleberry, and a setup to Aubrey Johnson from her older sister, Addie. And Alton takes care of that, and now they'll send it across, and they'll find the empty spot right in the middle of the floor. And it's a one-point contest once again, 7-6 in favor of Collinsville. Plant will go back for another serve for the Redbirds. Sends it into the net. 8-6, Collinsville up by 2. Aubrey Johnson back to serve now for Collinsville. See if we can get her on a roll here. Serve on the way. Picked up by Plant. Moved over here to Wisniewski, and off of a partial block, that ball goes out of bounds. And Alton gets back to within 1 at 8-7. And Peyton Olney will go back to serve now for the Redbirds. Here it comes. In the middle, picked up by Summer. Addie Johnson moves it back over to Megan. Megan shoves it across with one hand. Wisniewski. That's a ball that was split right down the middle of that net, man. Don't really know what to do with it. There we go. Megan Summer knew what to do with that one. She sent it up that near side. It was partially blocked, but it ends up falling onto the floor after so, and it's 9-7 now in favor of Collinsville. Here is Reese Kendall, who served up about 5 straight points at the end of that second set. Talisha Gilmore checks back into the game for Alyssa Huckleberry, and Plant will deliver the serve. Off of the net and down. Those are tough, man. They always are. If you can accomplish that, you're going to be victorious on the points more times than not. 10-7, Collinsville with a 3-point lead. Here is Kendall. Sends it into the back line. Wisniewski picks it up. And then sent over here now for Orr. Orr and the back line. Kendall couldn't get there. And it's 10-8. Collinsville with a 2-point lead. Berlin Clayton back to serve. She, by the way, up there in blocks for her team this year. That one barely makes it over the net. Set up for Reese Kendall. That was kind of behind, and now Plant saves it. Orr has to get it across. She does. Here is Addie Johnson over to Megan Summer, partially blocked, and that's a net violation. Well, they're going to say that. I don't understand that. I didn't see him hit it 4 times, but I'm all the way up here in the Himalayas. It's cold enough to be in the Himalayas. Another serve. Picked up by Collinsville. Johnson moves it over to Megan Summer. Again, partially blocked. That one's down, and again, we're going to have too many hits, and we're tied at 10. Kahok's having a hard time over there on that far side with those blocks that end up coming right down under their side of the net, and then they have a tendency to hit it too many times trying to save it after hitting the net. Here is Addie Johnson back to serve for Collinsville. Into the back line it goes, and off of Olney and out of bounds, and Collinsville gets that lead right back. Lickety split. Excuse me, that is 12-10 in favor of Collinsville. 12-9, that's what the scoreboard says. Okay, we'll go with that. I guess I gave somebody the wrong points at some point. All right, Plant takes care of it, and it's sent over. Gilmore couldn't get it across. There was nobody over there on that far side. It was wide open. All she needed to do was touch it over the net, and that's what she tried to do. Just couldn't get it all the way over. So now it is 12-10. Collinsville with a 2-point lead. Here is Wisniewski back to serve for the Lady Redbirds. She does so. Collinsville picks it up. Johnson to Scheller. Scheller partially blocked. Kindle keeps it alive. Johnson back over to Scheller. Scheller this time will just touch it across or sets it up for Plant. And now Kindle with it. Addie Johnson will move it over, and then Orr will take care of it. Back behind, and that one's out of bounds. Collinsville will get that point, and the Kahawks lead 13-10. Megan Summer back to serve. In the back, Orr sets it up for Plant. Nope, that's off a block right in the middle of the logo out there on the basketball court. And then it went straight out of bounds. That point belongs to Alton. Lady Kahawks still up by 2. Tan Orr back to serve again here for Alton. Orr to Kindle. Here's Scheller. Popped up. Into the back line it goes. Kindle to Johnson, and that one is off of Wisniewski, and I'm not sure. I think that one was probably going to be going out of bounds. If Wisniewski would have let it go, she probably would have been all right with that, because that would have got him a point. Collinsville back up by 3. Here's Alyssa Huckleberry. Her team up by 3, trying to get some more out of it. That's into the net, and that's not going to work. 14-12. Lady Kahawks up by 2. Redbirds to serve. In the middle, and I don't even know how we got that one over. I think that was kicked. Here is Plant. That's out of bounds. Collinsville, somehow or another, gets that point. That was a shoe top save there by the Kahawks. 15-12. Maya Parker's going to check back in. She'll take the place of Scheller. Collinsville up by 3 as we get late into this third and final set of the night. See if we can get Maya Parker on a service roll here. That one's into the net. That's not how you do that. That's an easy point for Alton. Plant will go back to serve. She does, and it's picked up by Collinsville. Addie Johnson moves it behind her for Aubrey. Cross corner it goes to Olney. And now a setup into the middle, and that is a point for Alton. So the Redbirds get back to within 1. Plant ready for another serve. She sends it across. That's out. Collinsville gets that point right back. Kahawks up by 2, 16-14. Getting late here in this third set. Aubrey Johnson back to serve. Aubrey sends it across in the middle. That's when it hit the wrong way, but Alton stays with it. And they'll send it over. That one was going to go out of bounds. Addie Johnson to Carson Mode. That one's sent back over. Mode keeps it alive. Johnson does the same. And then it's sent over into the corner where Plant keeps it alive. Here's Wisniewski. Sends it up. Collinsville trying to set it up. Over for Megan Summer. That's off of a block. And they send it back over. Another setup. And there you go. Addie Johnson with the no-look all the way on the back line. Only tried to get there. She couldn't. And Collinsville extends their lead to 3. Timeout on the floor called by Alton. We will step aside as well, and we're back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and, of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The City of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
Back here at Alton High School, 17-14. Collinsville with a 3-point lead as we are tied 1-1 in sets one. Collinsville picked up the first set, 25-18. Alton came back and got the second set, 26-24. And here we are in this third set, 17-14. Collinsville with the 3-point lead, looking for their first Southwestern Conference match victory of the year. Here is Aubrey Johnson serving it up. She does so in the middle, and Nizwiski picks it up. Now Plant does, and then Alton gets it over on the third and final try. Here is Addie Johnson setting it up behind her for Aubrey, and that one is touched up front. And Collinsville gets that point on a ball that was way too long, but it was touched on its way out. 18-14 Collinsville. Aubrey Johnson once again. She's back to serve and does so where it's picked up by Nizwiski. And Nizwiski will get it right back off of a partial block, and down it goes. Carson Mode got a fingertip on that one up at the front of the net. Collinsville has a 3-point lead, and here is Peyton Olney back to serve. Olney sends it across. Mode. Johnson shoves it over with one hand on the second try. Here's Nizwiski. Into the back line it goes. Collinsville keeps it alive for Carson Mode. Mode gets it over. Picked up by Orr. Now moved over to Nizwiski. Into the back it goes. Collinsville takes care of it. Johnson for Summer. And popped up by Nizwiski. She's not going to get. Boy, I didn't think she was going to get there. Boy, what a save over there by Alton. Huckleberry to Summer. Summer out of bounds. Too hard. 18-16, 2-point lead for Collinsville. Olney back for another serve. It's on the way. Picked up by Huckleberry. Johnson to Megan Summer. Summer again too hard. 1-point game now. Timeout by Collinsville. They need to settle the girls down. They're a little too excited. I don't blame them. I'm up here not even playing and I'm excited. All right, we have a timeout on the court. We will take a timeout as well, and we're back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500.
Back here at Alton High School, got a good one going on. Tied in sets at one apiece, and a very close game. It's a 1-point game. Collinsville has the 1-point lead here in this third and final tie-breaking set, 18-17. Here is Peyton Olney with a serve for Alton. Into the middle it goes, picked up by Huckleberry. Johnson moves it behind her for Carson Mode. That's down, and Collinsville gets one of those back. And the Kahawks lead now 19-17. Here is Reese Kendall off the bench now to serve. The libero gets to come in. And Reese was back there for about 5 straight points in that second set. And she serves a nice line drive. That's picked up by Alton. And Nizwiski gets it over. Here is Kendall in the back. Addie Johnson takes care of it to Aubrey Johnson. Partially blocked and down. That one kind of just stayed spinning in the air right by the net. And Alton was playing back for the extra mile per hour shot, and it never came. Collinsville gets to that 20-point plateau first. 3-point lead for the Lady Kahawks. Kendall serves another line drive. That one's out of bounds. Off of Reese Plant. And it's 21-17 in favor of Collinsville. How about a couple more just like that, Miss Kendall? And another timeout called by Alton this time. So we'll step aside for about half of that 1 minute timeout, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Chapman Trucking LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Back here at Alton High School, I'm Todd Duke. We got a good one going on here. 21-17, Collinsville in the lead. Third and final tie-breaking set. Reese Kendall back to serve. Here it comes. Into the back and then sent farther back and then sent into the wall. And Collinsville gets another point. (22-17). Alton wants to make a change. Coming off the floor is Grace Carter. And coming on is Ella Artis. Reese Kendall ready with another serve. Here it is. And that was a line drive. And again, it goes the opposite direction. Olney, she stayed with it, though. And Alton finally gets it over. Boy, those are some wicked serves. And then Addie Johnson hits the net. Gives Alton a point back, 22-18. Collinsville up by 4. They need 3 to win. Here is Berlin Clayton to serve now for Alton. Popped up. Johnson sets it up for Megan Summer. Partially blocked, stayed with it. Addie Johnson did to Kendall. Another setup for Summer. Into the back corner it goes. Long way to go for Olney. She gets there. And then Plant will send it over. Collinsville trying to set it up for Gilmore. It's down. Gilmore gets her third kill of the night, 23-18. Collinsville 2 points away from picking up their first conference victory of the year, and here is Addie Johnson back to serve. Into the back line it goes. Wisniewski picks it up. She just barely got underneath that one. Orr has to send it over. She does so. Collinsville sets it up. Kendall to Scheller. Scheller takes care of it. Orr now gets it right back to where it came from. Pushed across. Saved in the back line by Collinsville. And another chance for Scheller. And Olney. Nice dig there by the libero for Alton. And then a little confusion for Alton. They get it across. Here is Kendall. Scheller sends it over. Orr saves it. And now Wisniewski. She'll send it over all the way to the back line. Aubrey Johnson takes care of it. Now Scheller just taps it over. Here is Orr. Back to Wisniewski. Into the corner. Oh, Reese Kendall was not in the proper stance to get that one, and she tried for it and went right behind her. 23-19. Collinsville still up by 4 as Wisniewski is going to go back to serve now for Alton. Popped up. Kendall takes care of it in the middle. Addie Johnson sets it up for Jenna Scheller. Into the back. Olney takes care of it. Now over here for Plant. Oh, boy. What a big block there by Talisha Gilmore. That turns into a point, and Collinsville 1 point away from picking up their first Southwestern Conference victory of the year. Megan Summer back to serve for Collinsville and sends it, and it's done. Collinsville on an ace by Megan Summer. And the Kahawks pull out their first Southwestern Conference victory of the year as Collinsville wins this one here tonight, 2-1. And boy, oh boy, what fun that was. All right, time for the postgame program brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives through chiropractic care and wellness. Visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or find them online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the Ortho Gold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. As your Collinsville Lady Kahawks victorious here tonight by 2-1 match victory over Alton High School. Joining us now is Collinsville sophomore outside hitter Aubrey Johnson. How does that sound, man? Your first Southwestern Conference victory. Tell me the thoughts going through your head.
I'm so happy. It just feels so good to win, especially with my sister being a senior and her leaving. It just feels great.
I heard you got a little emotional the other night during senior night. What happened with that?
Well, it just all hit me at once. Jenna was leaving and my sister was leaving. And I don't know, it just all came in at one time, and I was just sad,
Yeah, I know how that goes. And you got a younger sister coming up too. She'll be a freshman next year, right?
Yep.
So she'll get to feel the same thing when she gets to watch you on senior night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about this 3-set match here. What were you guys thinking going in? How did things progress as they went along? And you got to love the ending.
Yeah, so I think we came in pretty strong. We got behind 5 points, but whenever we came back, I think they gave us a lot of energy and momentum to keep going. And then the second set, we kind of had the opposite. We kind of just lost momentum. But then the third set, I think we came in strong and really wanted to win.
Yeah, well, when you guys got to that second set, though, it was getting kind of late. And I mentioned the fact that, Reese Kindle was back there behind the service line. I said all she has to do is do it 6 times, and they can pull out the win. And you guys got it up there. You got tied 24.
Yeah.
So that must have been cool. How about the play up front by Talisha Gilmore, man? She was a blocking machine tonight.
Oh, my God. That was the best moment of the game, to be honest. I was so happy.
And then you end it on an ace serve by Megan Summer to get that final point. How cool is that to end it on an ace?
I think that really like, gave her justice, especially since in the second set she kind of tipped that ball in the net and then won the last game for us.
Yeah. All right, well, enjoy this win. I know you guys got a couple of games left before the playoffs start, and that's the idea, right, is to progressively get better.
Yep.
And once the playoffs get here, man, then it's a new season, right?
Yep.
Aubrey Johnson, thanks you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Have a good bus trip home. I know you will. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. Collinsville wins it here tonight. 25-18 was the first set. They dropped the middle set 26-24, and Collinsville picks up the final set 25-19. So congratulations to the Lady Kahawks on their first Southwestern Conference victory of the season, and we will see them again on Tuesday of next week as they return home to face Alton. But next up for us tomorrow night, we are back at home at Kahok Stadium for week number 8 of the high school football season. The 7-0 Champaign Centennial Chargers come to town to take on your Kahawks, who are 6-1 on the year. 6:40 is our pregame time. 7 o'clock is the opening kickoff, and we hope that you join us tomorrow night on the Kahawk Sports Network. A big thank you to Coach Katie Cease joining us in the pregame show. Another big thank you to Aubrey Johnson joining us in the postgame show. My name is Todd Duke, and until tomorrow night, everybody have a fantastic rest of your evening.